Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're doing something a bit different. We're looking inside a language learning guide.
Mm.
The topic is really common, talking about hobbies and free time in English. But our mission isn't just to learn the phrases.
No, not at all.
We want to unpack how this guide teaches it, extract that structural knowledge, the blueprint for getting this conversation down fast.
Exactly. And this source, it's a perfect case study. It uses a really clear step-by-step method, steps 1 through 4.
Right.
It's designed to cut through the usual overload you get when learning, especially for something social like this.
Okay, so let's unpack this structure. Where does it begin? Step 1 seems to be about just, defining the topic.
Yes, step 1, defining the terrain. And it's beautifully simple. Hobbies are just the things we like to do in our free time.
That's it.
That's the core. Super accessible. It's the essential starting point.
And the examples they give right away are pretty broad, aren't they? They cover a lot of ground.
They really do. You've got creative stuff like drawing or painting, dancing too.
Yeah.
Then more passive things, reading books, listening to music, watching movies.
Okay, standard enough. But then they add others.
Right. Active things like playing games, traveling, even gardening. And domestic skills like cooking. It's quite a mix.
So the idea is that anyone reading can probably find something relatable immediately.
Precisely. It makes it relevant from the get-go. And crucially, they don't just list nouns, they give you sentences.
Ah, okay, so even in step 1, you get usable phrases.
You do. They introduce the core preference verbs straight away. My hobby is reading, I like listening to music, and I love cooking.
Is like love, the preference trio, as you called it earlier.
Exactly. That sets up the whole grammatical structure they use later. Minimal words, maximum immediate use.
Got it. So foundation laid. Then step 2 moves into building on that, mastering the declarative sentences.
Yes, and this is where it gets quite interesting structurally, especially with the grammar.
How so? What's the trick here?
Well, they give 7 key sentences. Look closely at how they're formed. I like watching TV. I enjoy playing football. See the pattern.
The ing form, the gerund.
Right. They lean heavily on using the gerund right after like or enjoy.
Why is that important? I mean, you could say, I like to watch TV.
You could, but for a beginner, that choice between the infinitive, to watch, and the gerund, watching, after verbs like, love, enjoy, it can be confusing.
Ah, I see. So they simplify.
They simplify massively.
Ah.
By modeling like watching, enjoy playing, they give you a consistent, easy-to-apply rule. Subject plus preference verb plus activity.
That's clever. It removes a hurdle, gets you speaking more confidently sooner.
It's smart scaffolding. Get the communication happening first, refine the nuances later.
Okay, so we have those direct preference sentences. What else is in step 2?
You also get the clear identity statement.
Yeah.
My hobby is painting. Using that is from the trio again.
Right.
And sentences showing different levels of feeling, like I love reading storybooks.
Hmm.
That intensity comes through.
And the examples themselves seem, quite modern in places.
Definitely. They include things like, I like learning new things on YouTube. That's very now.
Yeah, it's not just, collecting stamps.
Exactly. It shows that free time includes digital learning, self-improvement, not just traditional hobbies. Keeps it relevant.
And they cover the social angle too, don't they? I spend my free time with my friends.
Yes, crucial point. Free time isn't always solitary. And structurally, it shows where you place those extra phrases like, in my free time, or with my friends. It models the full sentence structure.
Okay. And then step 2 wraps up with more practice examples.
Reinforcing that preference trio again. I like playing cricket, I love dancing, I enjoy listening to music, drilling the core verbs and the gerund structure.
So by the end of step 2, you've got the basic definition, the core verbs, and a reliable sentence pattern.
You've got the building blocks. Now you need to actually use them in conversation.
Which brings us to step 3 and 4, the conversational toolkit, asking and answering.
Right. This is about interaction. The source gives you 3 key ways to start the conversation, 3 question types.
Okay, let's break these down. Why 3? What's the strategy? First one is, what's your hobby?
That's the simple inquiry. Very direct, very defined. Expects a short, simple answer like, my hobby is reading.
Low effort, gets a quick label. When would you use that?
Maybe in a quick introduction, or if you just need the basic info, not a long story.
Okay. Then the second type. What do you do in your free time?
That's the action inquiry. It's broader, it invites a longer answer, or maybe multiple activities like, I watch movies and listen to music.
So this one aims for more detail, more conversational potential.
Exactly. It encourages the other person to elaborate, using those declarative sentences they learned in step 2. More hooks for follow-up questions.
And the third one, do you like traveling? The specific preference check. This feels different.
It is. It's more targeted. You often use this after you have some information or if you want to steer the conversation.
How does it work?
It asks about one specific thing. The expected answer is usually yes or no, often followed by a bit more detail like, yes, I do. I love visiting new places.
So you could use it to check if you have a shared interest, perhaps.
Precisely. Or to pivot the conversation based on something they mentioned earlier. It's a validation tool or a transition tool. Very useful.
Okay, 3 distinct tools. Simple inquiry, action inquiry, specific preference check. And step 4 shows them in action.
Yes, the mini conversation practice between Amit and Ria, this puts it all together. It's the template for a real exchange.
Let's trace that flow. Amit starts things off.
He does. And notice which question he uses. What do you do in your free time, Ria?
The action inquiry, the one designed to get a broader answer.
Right. And Ria responds with multiple activities, using the step 2 structures, cooking and reading books.
Now, this is the key moment, I think. Amit doesn't just say, cool, I play guitar.
No, that would stall the conversation. He engages with her answer first.
But interestingly, he doesn't ask about cooking or reading directly.
No, he pivots slightly. Yeah. He uses a related, broader category. Music. He uses the specific preference check. That's nice. Do you like music?
So he's linking but also redirecting a little, showing how to keep it flowing.
Exactly. It teaches the learner how to connect topics smoothly, not just take turns stating facts.
And Ria answers, yes, I love listening to songs, which then gives Amit the perfect opening.
The perfect cue to share his related hobby, playing guitar. It feels natural because he linked it through the music question. It shows reciprocity.
So the mini conversation isn't just dialogue, it's modeling a strategy.
Absolutely. It's teaching you to listen, then use one of those 3 question types, simple, action, or specific check, to respond effectively. It's about interaction, not just information exchange.
Okay, pulling this all together, what's the big takeaway for someone trying to learn this? This source basically gives a 4-step recipe, doesn't it?
It really does. Define the term simply. Master a core set of sentence structures, especially using those key verbs and the gerund pattern. Learn the 3 strategic question types for starting and continuing the conversation. And then practice putting it all together with that reciprocal flow.
It seems incredibly efficient.
It is. And it raises a point about, how effective structured learning can be. By focusing on that preference trio like enjoy, love, and those 3 question formats and repeating them, it reduces the mental effort. You're not just memorizing random phrases, you're internalizing a system, a framework you could apply to any hobby.
So the structure is the knowledge, in a way.
In a very real way. Success in this specific conversation hinges on mastering that small set of tools.
So we've basically reverse engineered the teaching method. We've seen the vocabulary, the sentence patterns, the question strategies, why it's built this way. You, the listener, now have that meta-knowledge.
Which hopefully makes learning it even easier.
And for a final thought, something to consider. Think about that list of hobbies again.
Reading, gaming, cooking, learning on YouTube. Yeah, all those things, traditional and modern. The source ends by asking for your favorite hobby. So maybe reflect. How many of those activities listed are actually part of your routine? And what does the guides need to include such a diverse range, digital, physical, creative, social pattern? Tell us about what we collectively value or prioritize when we actually get some free time these days. How does your own choice fit into that picture?
That's a really interesting question to chew on. What our hobbies say about our priorities now. Great stuff. Thanks for diving deep with us today. Hopefully this framework helps you in your very next English conversation.